Hey, what's up, good people? I'm QC. Welcome to a brand new edition of Talkin and Grubbin. I'm about to grub on this Pierre sea salt caramel pecan frozen yogurt. This is good right here. Definitely good. Now, I ain't big on pecan, but this is definitely good. Put that down for a minute. All right. I'm here to break down the Monday Night Football matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the San Francisco 49ers. As you all know, the 49ers, they're sitting at 3-0, coming off of a bye week. The Browns, they're 2-2. They're a game and a half back of the Ravens in the AFC North, so they're trying to fight to get back on top. This is going to be a great matchup. You got two, young quarterbacks who want to make names for themselves. Even though Jimmy Garoppolo has been playing in the NFL for 5 years, but he spent most of that time in New England backing up Tom Brady, and Baker Mayfield's in his second year. He definitely wants to prove himself. Excuse me. So, I'm here to break down the matchups. Now, the 49ers, they're top 10 in offense and defense. You know, they got a great young coach in Kyle Shanahan, who's in his third year, who was also the Browns' offensive coordinator for a season under former head coach Mike Pettin. Also, they got a great front seven that's anchored by the rookie Nick Bosa, who's just been, balling out since, the first game of the season. Also, the veteran D Ford. But the 49ers, they got a little banged up secondary, even though they got a veteran Richard Sherman, who calls himself the best corner in the NFL. Even though he's a little bit older now, but he could definitely still get after it. But the 49ers on offense, they don't have marquee names, but they do their running backs by committee. But they also have a pretty good receiver in, Marquise Goodwin. So it's going to be, like I said, this is going to be an exciting matchup. Now, flip side with the Browns. Now, as y'all all know, the Browns have Baker Mayfield, Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry. But, they're also getting back Antonio Callaway, who just got finished serving a 4-game suspension. And also, the Browns have a pretty nice defense as well. That's anchored by young Myles Garrett, who's second in the NFL in sacks. Also, they have some underrated players on the team like Joe Schobert, who's top 5 in tackles. And that's a hell of an improvement for him from last year when he was top 5 in the NFL in missed tackles. But they also have a banged up secondary. Denzel Ward and Greedy Williams, they're going to miss their third games in a row due to hamstring injuries. But the guys like Terrence Mitchell, Jermaine Whitehead, and TJ Carey, they've definitely been holding down the fort in that secondary. So, so this is definitely going to be a very interesting primetime matchup as the Browns are in the Bay Area. Both teams want to make a name for themselves. They want to stake their claim and prove to everybody that they're for real, because both teams have been terrible within the last 4 years. The 49ers, they've only won 17 games within the last 4 years, while the Browns have only won 11 games within the last 4 years. And also, this is going to be interesting test for first-year Browns head coach Freddie Kitchens. Now, he definitely passed his first test last week against the Baltimore Ravens by getting a win in the division. Now, he's got to go on the road and face another undefeated team in primetime, just like he did against the LA Rams on Sunday Night Football at home a couple of weeks ago. Excuse me. Now, matchups I'm interested in seeing is the Browns offensive line against the 49ers front seven. Now, the Browns offensive line, yeah, they've had their weaknesses. It's not as bad as, sites like Pro Football Rankings, would have it. They would make it like that they're the worst O-line on the NFL. They have their weaknesses, but this is not a garbage offensive line. The problem is, it's not on the left side. It's more on the right side of the football. It's anchored by the veteran Joe Patonio, who's a pretty good offensive lineman. And also, they did a pretty solid job of protecting Baker Mayfield last week against the Ravens. So, I'm very interested to see how they do against Bosa and company in that front seven. Also, I'm curious to see how the rookie Mac Wilson from Alabama, the linebacker, does against the tight end George Kittle. Now, I think Kittle is one of the most underrated tight ends in the NFL. I don't think he gets his just due. But, man, that man can ball. Let me get a little more of this ice cream. Well, I mean frozen yogurt. Okay, got that out the way. So, now, I know a lot of people look at this game on paper and say just about every matchup favors the 49ers, especially 49ers fans that I've had the pleasure of talking to on social media. But, if you really look at this game, whether you don't have any loyalty to either team, this game is a real close matchup. Yeah, I know the 49ers are 3-0. They're top 10 in offense and defense. They're coming off the bye. They're at home. But also, the Browns are not any scrubs either. I know 49ers fans think that we just play the same game plan that Tennessee did against Baker that will dominate. Nah, you can't. No, you're not playing that game anymore because now Baker in these last couple of weeks has started to become better at throwing, against zone defenses. So if 49ers think that they can play zone against the Browns and just think that'll give them an advantage, then it's not going to work. They're going to have to play more man-to-man on the Browns because Baker has started to become better against zone defenses. But this is going to be a great game. So here's my prediction. I predict that the Browns will win in a close one. It's Monday Night Football. Both teams want to prove themselves that they're for real. So it's not going to be the blowout that a lot of you 49ers fans are predicting. This is going to be a very close game. It may even be a grind out game. But I think the Browns will come out on top once again on Monday Night Football. Anyways, that's my take. What's yours? Who do you think will win this Monday night matchup? Leave it in the comment section below. Till next time, y'all have a good one. Love y'all to life. QC out. And also, stay tuned for my live stream during the game Monday night. Hey, what's up, good people? It's QC once again. Now that you saw the video, subscribe to the channel. When you do, click on the bell icon so that way you won't miss any new videos from me and be mad. Let your family and friends miss those videos and let them be mad. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, like me on Facebook. Thanks for watching.